Hi there. I'm Michelle Greenwell, and I am a member of CanBeWell. And I'm coming to you live today because we're trying to share information about bioenergetic wellness and how some of the tools that we have in the disciplines that fall under the umbrella of CanBeWell might be able to help you or help a family member or some friends. And we want everybody to have an opportunity to just learn a little bit more. So what I want to bring to your attention is that you have probably found this live posting on one of my pages, and it is coming to you originally from the Canadian Association of BioEnergetic Wellness. This is an association that brings together disciplines that use muscle monitoring or a way to get energy feedback from the body about what provides it with energy and what takes energy away. And it's really a tool that when it fell into my toolbox, I was ecstatic about what I could do with these tools. And so I'm very passionate about sharing them, and I'm very passionate about making sure people hear about it, which I'm sure family and friends would attest to. But now I want to share it with you. So let me take you back to what got me to this kind of work. I am a dance teacher, and when I was teaching dance several years back, I had the fortune of pain in my feet such that I could no longer walk. And for me to be able to teach dance, I couldn't go across the floor. I was sitting on a bench. I had to have dance students who would support me with demonstrating. I had a microphone because I could not speak loud enough for my group. And at this time, I just didn't know how I was going to continue. I was in my 30s. This was not the way that my career was supposed to go, and certainly not how I could run a dance studio. I attended a dance workshop it was run by Decidedly Jazz Dance Works in Calgary, and they brought in Lynn Simonson, who's a modern dancer from New York City. She was in her 60s at the time, and she said, I had the privilege of all the injuries in my career. And at that time, the pain was so much for me, I just looked at her and thought she was totally crazy. How could she talk about that pain being anything of value? Well, I can fast forward myself to today, and all of the things that I've learned about, explored, dove deeply into, and the way that these tools have served me every single day since that time, it's been a gift, a huge gift. So when I think of Lynn Simonson, and I think of what she's offered to dancers that she served within her company, but also within the classes that she taught in New York City and beyond, because I know she traveled around the world. She was saying the words touch for health way back in 1970s. And it was a word that people hadn't really learned about, didn't really understand. And she was explaining for dancers how touch for health could help them balance the muscles in their body to help alleviate pain. And she incorporated it right into her dance program. So I took from her, and I did the same thing. I signed up for my first Touch for Health class, and oh my gosh, my girlfriend and I, another studio owner, came home to my husband, and we said, look what we can do, look what we can do. And we had him lined up, putting his arm out, so muscle monitoring, raise my arm higher than I normally would do it for this, but we would put a little bit of pressure onto the arm. It's like less than 2 pounds of pressure. And we would say, just stand and just hold the weight of my fingers. And it would stay. And then we'd say, now think about a food you don't like. And the arm would drop. And then we would say, think a happy thought and bring it back. And my husband's arm was going up and down. And he didn't know how it was going up or down. And we were giggling because how could this possibly work? And the thing is, it does work. It does work. And it's been used for over 60, 70 years, coming through Touch for Health, but also coming further back than that, coming through the chiropractic training. So I went from that training and taking my first level 1 and alleviating some pain in my feet, but having to find also someone who could help me along with that. So I worked with a facilitator in Calgary. I worked with Greg Webb, and we were able to take these pockets of emotions that were pocketing into the muscles of my feet, and we were able to remove them. And he would touch a point on my body or trace a line, and then this pain just disappeared. It was amazing. And from that, I went back into my dance studio and I said, okay, these tools are amazing. I don't want anybody in my dance world coming out of my class with pain and having to live through what I was living through. So I started putting those pieces into the dance program right away so that there was never opportunity for the pain to arrive. We could address it right away. So if we fast forward to an incident I had just before COVID happened, and we went into isolation, I had a dancer that was standing on the floor. We were just standing around talking, actually. We weren't even dancing. And she went to say something, and it was like something just took her feet and took them right out from underneath her. And she just fell down. And she fell over onto her elbow. And the first thing in my mind was, oh no, we're talking broken bones here? Because she landed square on the elbow. And I thought, here goes, what are we going to do? And so we went over, and I had 4 dancers that were surrounding her. I gave each of them a job using one of the tools that I had. So I had one person putting fingertips on her forehead, which is emotional stress release, to let her calm down, and helping her to breathe deeply because she was crying. And I had another one who just started tracing with her hand figure 8s, just back and forth up and down the body, just to create some calmness. And then I had somebody else hold on to the emotion points on the foot between the pinky toe and the 4th toe, and just hold those points and breathe deeply. And then I just talked with her. And so I had everybody engaged in what we were doing, and everybody had a way to help instead of just standing and watching, right? Some poor person crying because they're hurt. And so everybody was engaged in what we were doing. And this person knew that she was taken care of. And so we talked for a little bit and let her catch her breath, let some deep breaths come in. And when she was feeling confident that she could now, maybe move a little bit, then I just asked her, how does her arm feel? What does she notice? Can she wiggle her fingers? What is her hand feeling like? Just checking to see if there's, anything that's pinched or if there's swelling or anything, so we know what kind of first aid we're going to need to apply. And she was like, my fingers are fine. My hand is fine. My wrist is fine. I thought, okay, this is good. And then she started moving her elbow. And I said, are you sure that's okay? And she said, yeah, I can move my elbow. It's all right. And so she put her hand across the elbow and just kind of feeling for it. And it hurt. It did hurt. But what happened out of that was she realized she was okay. She could carry on. She got up, and I suggested she have a seat and just watch us and just see how she was feeling. But within about 2-3 minutes, she was back dancing with us. She wasn't using her arm, but she was back dancing with us. She didn't want to miss anything. And she went home, and that was it. So I'm not saying we wouldn't send her for first aid and make sure that, if something was cracked or hurt, that we wouldn't have that all checked. But there was an empowering position that happened in that moment where we could actively be involved, we could actually make a difference, and we could just make sure that we could take care until we could get help. And so this was really important. I've had those kinds of incidences happen all the way through my dance teaching career. I have one dance parent that told me the kids were out in the playground on the monkey bars one day, and someone fell off the monkey bars. And one of the other little people went over, and she could hear them saying, it's okay. I know exactly what to do. You just lie there for a minute. And she just traced some figure 8s over the top and talked to the person. And at that time, that little dancer she probably would have been about 9. And the person who fell off the monkey bars was about 7. So just to know that that empowering ability is there because of sharing a few techniques, it's just wonderful. For me, I have had all kinds of things, because that's life, right? All kinds of things that happen across my career, but also my days. You know, you have your day that you have energy, the day that you don't have energy. You have maybe stiff getting out of bed, sore feet, all those kinds of things. But what I've learned with my time studying and learning these techniques is I always have a tool that I can use. And if one tool works a little bit, but not as much as I like, I certainly could grab another tool. And that means that if I don't have something that requires medical attention, I can take care of it. And I'm able to energize. I am able to have energy and vitality in my day. I easily fall asleep. Getting up in the morning, I can have energy. And if I'm not feeling like I do, I know exactly what I can do to bring that in. And it's just been wonderful. The other side of that is when you take a workshop or a course or retreat in these tools, it's like going in for a spa day, because you get to work on yourself with the techniques. Other people might work on you. You might work on other people as you're learning the techniques, but you get to do it together. And there's just a camaraderie that happens when you're energetically connecting to make a difference that way. And so some of my best friendships have come from all of the workshops that I've been able to attend, or the people that I was able to work with in those workshops. We developed a really great friendship, and we've stayed connected over the years. And it's really been a delight when I look back and I look at how rich my life is, because I had some pain in my feet way back. And someone said to me, go learn Touch for Health. Now, someone could have said, go learn Brain Gym, go learn muscle tuners, go learn bioenergetic, natural bioenergetics, go learn therapeutic touch. Those are some of the organizations that are under our umbrella. So they could have easily told me all those things. It still would have led me down this path. And it's just such a beautiful path. So I hope that as you've signed on today and you've caught maybe a little bit of this video, you will have learned a little bit more about natural things that you can do for yourself, and how those tools can just go into your toolbox. So we would love for you to do a couple of things. We would love for you to like and follow us on Facebook. We have this page, and we also have the Canadian Association of BioEnergetic Wellness. We also have the group page, so CanBeWell, and that's how we've shortened it. You can go to canbewell.org, and you can sign up for our public newsletter, and we have that comes out 4 times a year. And we have blog posts that go onto the website as well, so you could check into there. And then we also have events posted. So we have webinars for the public, but we also have webinars for our members. And we also have a members newsletter. So there's some different ways that you can be involved and get information. And we would love for you to find that. We also have a YouTube channel, and we've been working hard to add more webinar videos there, but also introductions to some of the facilitators that are within our organization. So you can start to get to know us a little bit better and start to realize some of the things that we can do. So check that out. That's on YouTube, and it's CanBeWell that you can find that one. So next week, we have a webinar coming up. This is for World First Aid Day, which is on Tuesday, September the 8th. And at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be sharing techniques that are first aid tools that you can have, especially if you do need medical attention and you're waiting for that attention to get there, or you're waiting for you to get to an appointment. This might be something that will be very helpful for you just in the interim time, or to assist you. So we hope that you'll join us for that, and you can register for that on canbewell.org/events. And it's free. So we hope you'll come and join us. So I hope my story helped a little bit today. Every Thursday, we have someone coming here to share a little bit of their story and introduce some of the other things that are coming up. And we hope you'll take advantage. And if you've seen this video and it's helped you, would you please share it? The only way that we can reach out and find the people who need us are by sharing. And you're in that position right now to make a difference for someone else today. So please pass forward. And I say goodbye. We hope that you will be well. Take care.